Let's take a couple of popular crafting activities and pop a little bit of science in. It's amazing the conversations this sparks, and your kids are going to learn a bit of science while they're doing fun craft activities. Have you ever made lava lamps in your house? Tell me if that's a favourite in your house or if you've ever done that. Just type yes or no in the comments. Have you made lava lamps? So we're going to add in some oil first. And you want about 3/4 of the jar. So that should do. Then add in some water. What did I add in first? Was it the oil or the water? What's happening now? Shall we try that again? Something funny is going on here. Another jar. So first I'm adding oil. Then some water. So oil first, then water. So I put the oil in first, didn't I? Or did I? I think I did. Where's the oil now? It's on the top. Oil floats on water, and I think most people kind of know that, but when you see it visually in front of your eyes like that, it makes it so much more memorable. What I'm going to do now, just give the jar a little shake. Mix everything up. And we're just going to wait and see what happens with that. We'll come back to it. So here's our lava lamp jar. The water is now in the bottom. It's more dense than the oil. So don't ignore that part because this is science. Now we're going to do a little bit of craft. So just add in some food colouring now. And lids back on, good science tip. A little bit of blue now. Isn't that beautiful? Now we want to make it all move around. So I'm just going to add a fizzy tablet. There's lots of different ones you can try. I've got this one. Let's see what happens. To go. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that beautiful? So much of science is just gorgeous. So there's a chemical reaction between what's in the fizzy tablet and the water, and it makes little bubbles of gas that bring the coloured water up through the oil layer and back down again. That's the science. But remember what we said about the oil going in first and now it's on the top? That's science. So you could try some different kinds of fizzy tablet. All you want is one that fizzes when you put it in water. And that's science, trying to see which one works best, trying out different, slightly different ingredients to see what works best. And that actually is part of the scientific method. So testing it, testing different things to see what gives you a more beautiful, flowing, bubbly lava lamp. Testing those different things, that's science. Do your kids love painting? Type yes or no in the comments. How about, instead of paper and paint, you have some paper and felt tip pens. And we need some water. So I've just made some strips of this paper. This is filter paper I got from the lab, but coffee filters work just as well, or you could try different types of paper for this experiment we're going to do. So a little layer of water in a cup, and I'm going to take one of my pens. This is a black pen, or is it? And draw a line on near the edge of the paper, but just a little bit up from the edge. So just draw a line, and we're going to pop that in the water, but not below the level of the water. So you want the tip of the paper to be on the level of the water, and just hang it off the cup. So I'm going to use a little cocktail stick to hang it. So I've used a black pen to draw a line, and the water is going to come up, taking the ink with it, and we'll just see what happens. Observing is part of science. What colours do you see now from the black pen? Type in the comments below, tell me what colours you see now. And we're just going to let that develop. So far I can see blue, purple, pink and a little bit of black. What's happening here is a science technique called chromatography. It's used in lots of things, for example forensics, and it's a particular science method that's just used to separate out things in a mixture and to identify what's in there. So what we're doing here is just identifying all the different kinds of ink that are in this black pen. Look at this now, isn't this amazing? And it's going to be really beautiful when it's all finished. So this is chromatography. Why not try a family fun activity? Ink detectives. You could get someone to write a ransom note with a pen, and then everyone else has to try and work out which pen wrote the note. Here's a little ransom note. Was it this pen? Was it this pen? And who wrote the note? We can find out. So why not have a go at that? There's lots of other ways you can use this amazing technique and make some beautiful colours and patterns. But remember all the time, this is called chromatography. That's a bit of science. And even if you don't remember the name, it doesn't matter. You're actually using a science technique to separate out the colours of ink. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. So if you're not sure about how to add bits of science into your crafting activities, there's some examples, but to get a really good idea, watch this next video. And it helps you think about science in a slightly different way so that you quickly start spotting other opportunities to just get some science into your crafts. And your kids are going to have the best fun and learn some science while they're at it.